Are we rolling? We are back for another episode, LDP's podcast. Today I'm here with
Julianna.
Julianna, thank you for being here. Today's going to be an interesting episode because we have some differentiating opinions. And most of the people that I've had on, either guys or the girls even that I've had on, have had similar opinions to me. So today's going to be different because we have different opinions on certain things. So the first thing that we're going to bring up is what?
Inconsistency. Like if you would leave someone once they start to act a little different.
Okay. So is that a question to me? If I would leave someone once they started acting differently?
What would you do if someone just started to switch up how they act towards you?
Well, there's context too. So if it's like over text, because like I feel like we've kind of like, I would imagine you've been through that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been through that at some point where I'm like, I've been talking to a girl and then I'm texting them and the responses get much drier and like things are just a lot different. It's not, unfortunately, it's not in me to beg, like, why are you acting this way? Is something wrong? Like, if there's something wrong and she trusts me enough, she'll tell me. I'm a believer in communication, but if someone's acting differently towards me and whatever internal issue they have going on with themselves, they're taking out on me, they should tell me why, because I don't appreciate that. And it also depends how long I've been with the person. If I've been with you for a fucking year, I'm going to be like, what's up? Like, is there something wrong? If I've been with someone for 2 months and we've been hooking up, we just barely started dating and they're acting strange, I feel like it's not for me to even try to pry it out of them. It's just not for me. And I'm a believer in communication, but again, it's context. When texts start going from, I love you so much, baby, good night, with fucking 10 emojis to GN, it's like, okay, losing interest, obviously, right? So
I feel like if you say that communication is a big thing for you, and then you say you wouldn't communicate, then communication's probably not a big thing for you. Because no matter how long I've known someone, I will communicate if they start to act different.
It's also different. It's also different with a girl versus when it's with my guy friends. Most of the time, my guy friend is not, because when there's something sexual there, my guy friend's not going to dump me because he has no interest in me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm with the girl and it's just easier for me to communicate on that level with someone that I'm platonic with. So if I'm just friends with someone, it's easier to have those deep conversations because you don't have to worry about so much how that person's going to perceive you.
Well,
it's something you do have to think about.
When something isn't easy, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
No.
Hard conversations are needed.
I never said that. You could have a hard conversation, but if someone's being a hard fucking pain in the ass, you could just drop them.
I mean, they're not being a pain in the ass by switching up how they act. Maybe something's wrong with them. You don't communicate, so you'll never know.
So now she knows everything about my fucking personal life. I don't communicate. I'm in a relationship right now, and she's very happy.
Okay.
She's very happy, and I'm very happy. And you know
that? How do you know that? By communicating?
Because we communicate.
Exactly.
So communication is key. But okay. How do you feel about simp? Because you just mentioned something to me that sounded kind of simp, and you said you dropped so and so. So do you not like simps, or do you like simps?
No,
because it doesn't sound like you do.
No, I do. If I'm interested in them, obviously I'm gonna want them to act interested in me and like bow down to me. Not really, but like that's kind of what simps are.
So what's the difference between someone who's simping versus showing interest the right way?
I don't think there is a difference. I think if you're a simp, obviously you like the girl and you're showing that you like her. Define what you think a simp is.
I think a simp is just an over-validator. I think there's ways to show a girl that you're interested without telling them how pretty they are and fucking being so over the top. How many guys tell you you're pretty on social media?
A lot.
Well, how many of them are you investing yourself in? How many of them are you like really pursuing?
None. But I'm also not pursuing anyone, so it's
that's okay. That's fine. I appreciate that, but at the same time, take two guys for example. If one guy is hitting you up in the mannerism of not so over complimenting, I would like to take you out, I feel like this would work, whatever, or sliding up on your story, you're hot, you're this, you're that. Like, who are you more inclined to go with?
The guy who wants to take me out on a date, and not the one who's just showing interest online. That's
what I'm saying. So that's what.
But you could be a simp and show interest in person.
But you could also not be a simp and show interest in person. When I say simp, I mean fucking Simp is kind of just like simp is kind of more of a lifestyle. It's kind of just like a weak-minded life. Like, do you know what I'm saying by that? Like a simp is just kind of like a pushover, like fear of confrontation. Like, you know, like it's parallel. Like it's multiple things. It's not just
how is it fear of confrontation?
Okay. Per example, the guy that you're with, you want to feel protected by, right?
Yeah.
Would you like knowing that your guy could get the shit kicked out of him by basically any dude in a room?
Well,
Probably not.
I don't think that is what a simp is.
I'm not. I'm not saying that that's exactly a simp. It's just a lifestyle. It's just how you act. It's literally just how you act. Simp is fucking some. Let's Google the word simp.
Yeah, let's Google it so that we could get like an
Let's
exact
Google the
definition.
word simp so we could get a factual, like an Urban Dictionary meaning of the word simp. Let's figure this out.
Dead air.
Okay, simp Urban Dictionary. Someone who does way too much for a person they like.
But like, I genuinely don't think that if I like someone and my love language is like gift giving, I'm going to get them a bunch of gifts. Like, I don't think that's doing too much. If you like someone, why wouldn't you just show it?
I would show it. You have to show interest and you have to show like and appreciation for your partner to keep it going, but you also want to keep it a little bit interesting. That's why push and pull is so important. If you're so over the top all the time, your partner could definitely get bored of that. 100%.
Well, then you're not with the right person.
Is constant gift giving something that is meaningful if you're constantly doing it, or is it more meaningful if it's an occasional thing?
No, I think it depends on like what kind of gifts you're getting. If it's just like name brand stuff 24/7, obviously that's going to get old, but if it's meaningful gifts that have thought behind them, then it'll never get old.
Okay, but I'm just saying, okay, but my point is this. If someone's constantly doing something, you're going to take it for granted, correct? If you come home to a cooked meal every single day, you don't really remember what it's like to not come home to a cooked meal, so you're just expecting it when you come home and you take it for granted. Correct?
I also, yet again, think that depends on the person. But I do see what you mean.
But it's easy. When something's a habit, it's just easy to kind of forget about it. For example, like the gym or something else. Like if you exercise a lot, it's just kind of like part of your day. Like you don't say like, I went to the gym today, because it's like part of your day. But getting a gift, for example, like for your girl or for your guy, when you do it on occasion, it's more meaningful than when you do it every single time you see them, because they will get used to it. They will get bored of it. And it's just.
Well, I think every time you see someone, that's a little OD. I didn't mean like that.
Like it is, because I know from experience, like when I've been super simp and over the top and not overly polite and nice, because I like to think that I'm a gentleman. I have not had any nasty, rude comments or dislike from any person's parents that I've spoke to, because I'm a respectful kid. But I think that there's definitely a difference between being over the top, showering a girl that you like with gifts, and being completely over the top, and then having enough self-respect for yourself to say she could be interested in me, not for only what I provide, but for me.
Yeah, I do agree. But I don't think you should hold back how much you care about someone, or like stop doing things you want to do to show that you love someone just because.
I agree. There's a lot of creators on this app that like make content like kind of in the same realm that I do. Like, I guess you could say like red pill, like content. Like a lot of people make that same kind of like do this, do that. But a lot of them don't even believe in relationships. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with that. I believe in, like, you know what, like a lot.
Why don't they believe in relationships?
Because a lot of them are like, oh, like girls don't care about you, girls don't this, and like that's just a negative way to perceive the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. But when a large demographic of people act in a particular way or in a similar way, you kind of form your own judgment, unfortunately. But I disagree with them saying they don't believe in relationships. I'm in a relationship. I'm pretty happy. Like you could be in a relationship and still have enough respect for yourself to put what's meaningful to you before and coincide it with your relationship. So I believe in relationships, but there's a lot of people that don't. So.
I think people who have like those negative outlooks on relationships should really like dig deep into yourself. Like attachment styles, this is like psychology, but no one really gets into it. But obviously, if you are an emotionally unavailable person, you're going to subconsciously go for emotionally unavailable people and then be like, why am I never going to be in a relationship?
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're not looking for the right people.
Yeah, 100%. No, I completely agree. It's like if you, like, unfortunately, a large majority of the time, if you're seeking a girl that you just want super bad and you're not seeking someone that actually has a brain, you're probably not going to like, for me, I can't sit down and have a conversation with someone that I have nothing in common with. Like,
looks don't last.
They really don't. Like I just can't do that. It's not for me. I'd rather be in a relationship with someone that I could sit, have a conversation with. It's fun, like it's lively, like, and you're pretty. Like that's like the bonus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's the bonus. But coming back, I'm sorry, we had a little delay.
Sorry,
but we were coming back. Someone said that simp is not really a lifestyle. And you know what? I might stand somewhat corrected because, right? I agree that a lot of guys could simp for a certain girl and then not for another. I know for a fact that a bunch of people fall into this trap. The first girl or guy you fall in love with, you seek in other partners. So it's easier to catch stronger feelings for that person because it kind of reminds you of that first person. So it's easy to like have that attachment and that feeling. So you end up being simp for them, but you weren't simp with that throwaway that you got with a couple weeks before. Do you know what I'm saying? So like that could happen too.
Yeah. I think if you're looking for your ex-partner and other people, maybe get over your ex first.
But a lot of people do that. But that's why but it's just on the topic of simp. I'm saying that a lot of guys simp because they're seeking their first partner in a different girl, whether it's looks, personality, the way they made them feel. It just reminds them of that person. So a lot of guys do also fall into that trap. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but
I mean, I hope not.
Well, then good. Well, then that's good for you. But a lot of people do fall into that trap. That's definitely a shitty thing. I saw a lot of friends in my personal life like, oh, I'm never going to meet a girl like her. I'm never going to, like, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. Yeah. There's a reason it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I believe all things happen for a reason. If it didn't work out, it didn't work out. So you have to seek a different person. You know what I'm saying? So I totally feel strongly about that. But communication, we could really make this episode about communication if you want, because it's big and we have like varying opinions. This is my version of communication. So actually, no, let me ask you first. How would you go about someone that was so overly simp, we could say, for you, that you were into, that all of a sudden stops acting that way? Like, what are you going to do? What's the conversation that you're going to have?
I would just ask them, like, are you still interested in me? Like, what's happening? Why are you acting differently?
Because you feel
find
what?
Someone else.
Because you feel what? Insecure?
No, no, because if someone is acting a certain way and they're acting super into me.
But you said, are you into someone else? So their actions made you feel insecure.
Yeah, I guess. No, because if you like someone a lot and the way you show it is being overly affectionate, simp, and then you stop doing that, obviously I'm going to think maybe that energy is going into someone else. And that's why I'm not receiving it anymore.
And they made you feel shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why So was the lack of communication coming on your end or from their part?
I mean, I think
obviously from their part.
Yeah, because they start to act different.
Is it not for them to bring it up to you? Why do you have to pry it out of them?
I don't think it's prying it out. It's just like asking what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do it. So if someone's showing clear lack of interest over time, over a period of time, pick up the phone. Like, you pick up the phone. What's going on? Like, why is it going on this way? So if a guy called you, okay, and was like, do you not love me anymore? Is there someone else in the picture? Ew. What's going on? Yeah, you literally just said ew. So the communication is what? It's invalid because it makes the guy look insecure. And once you've seen him looking insecure, you don't fuck with him anymore.
No. No. It's the way
he can't crack anymore. He's gone. Throw away.
No.
He's gone.
No, it's the way you said it. Like, if I realize someone is not talking to me a lot or something, I'll be like, what's up? Like, why are you acting like that? I won't be like, oh, are you talking to another bitch? Like, I'm not gonna do it like that.
Blast the A boogie, blast the fucking, blast all that shit.
All girls are the same. Like, I'm not gonna act like juice. That. But like,
I don't know. Listen, a lot of guys do because but it's guys that don't have options. That's why I say keep your options open when you're not in a relationship. When you're in a talking phase, keep your options open. Because what if she keeps her options open? Just this past summer, I'm talking to a girl and we were hooking up. We were hanging out 4 weeks. I was literally about to ask her to be my girlfriend. Come to figure out, a week before, she hooked up with a different guy at a party. throw away. I should have had my options open.
Well,
I should have had my options open. Then I probably would have met somebody else.
I think this also stems from lack of communication, because if you guys are talking, like when I'm talking to someone, I expect them just to be talking to me. But other people,
that's your expectation for the person. You can't hold your standards to everybody else, because not everyone's going to have your standard. It's the way people are raised, it's the way people think, and it's the way they act. So not everyone's going to act the same way. You have to set your own standard, and your partner, hopefully, if it's the right person, would oblige to that and hopefully agree with that.
Yeah, by communicating your standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but, okay, did you communicate your standard?
Okay, so if I'm a guy and 2 weeks in to hypothetically, you're hooking up with a guy. 2 weeks in, he calls you. You can't be talking to anybody else. This is exactly. Shake the head.
Because you're communicating wrong.
Okay, so what is the right way of communicating in a talking phase? You're not allowed to hook up with anybody else, and I'm not allowed to hook up with anybody else. That's lame.
No, you're not setting.
That's lame. You're not, don't do that. When you're in a talking, hold on. I'll let you talk next. When you're in a talking phase, don't tell her. You can't hook up with anyone else. It's not right. You can't do. She's gonna laugh at you. The fuck is that?
Okay,
she's probably gonna laugh at you with her fucking girlfriends and be like, oh, look at this.
She's gonna laugh at you if you say it like that. If you have a mature conversation, not on the phone, in person, and you sit down and you're like, hey, like I'm really into you. I would just like to be exclusive. See how it goes. And go from there. You don't have to be like, you can't talk to no other guys. Like, if she wants to talk to another guy, she's going to talk to another guy regardless. So same with a guy.
So if a guy asks you, like in a talking phase, so what are we? How does that make you feel?
I would be like, oh, like, how do you feel? Like, why are you asking that question? It depends on how I feel about it. If a guy asked me, what are we? And I liked him, I would be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what we are.
So would you ask a guy to be your boyfriend?
I've asked a guy to like only talk to me, and it was a humbling experience.
but you haven't asked the guy to be your boyfriend.
No,
because you expect him to do it.
No, I just, yeah. I don't
because it's what the societal norm.
That
you don't need to follow every societal norm when it comes to relationships.
I agree with that.
You don't have to. That's why I always say. That's why. Okay, why do you think I say make her chase, make her want you? Because you guys, as females, are so used to guys chasing you. You've grown very used to that over the course of time.
So what? Unfortunately, what do you like? How would you make a girl chase you? How would you make?
How would I make a girl chase? By focusing completely upon myself, and then slotting her into my time in a day. Okay. And it works great.
So on one of your videos I was watching, you said like don't respond to a girl right away. Like you have to wait a certain amount of time.
No, I didn't say that. I actually have a video of me saying you're not the president. Answer your snap. I said
no. I literally watched your videos. I think it was like 2 nights ago. You said
okay. What did I say?
I'll have to around what I just said. I don't.
It was okay. So, okay, maybe I said if she texts you. This is what I've said. If she texts you, we need a break. Say okay and don't say anything else. I've said that.
No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that far down into your TikTok either. We could find it.
But I was saying like get actually busy. Like, do you know what? Like there's something attractive about an independent partner.
I agree.
Whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know. Are you big into like human psychology?
Not big into, yeah.
But like, you have a general understanding. Yeah. Okay. I have a decent general understanding, but I don't even want to delve into like alpha male. Like I don't really want to go into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't.
Oh my God.
But like I don't want to go into that right now. Even though I do believe to a point that there is, for example, deer literally fight.
We're not deer.
But I'm just. But it's yeah with the fucking John Deere hat. That's a rough look. So I'm just saying, like you said, we're not deer, but we've just evolved as humans. But we still have our animalistic instinct in our brain. As all in the beginning of time, we didn't even communicate properly. We didn't have language. Like we're just
that was a while ago.
We still why do we
evolved?
Why do we still have sex? Have we evolved from penis vagina?
We actually have. Like a lot of animals just have sex to reproduce, and we have sex for emotional connections as well, because we've evolved.
Pleasure. Exactly.
And for pleasure.
Because that's how we've evolved. But do animals still do that? Like, do what? Do they have pleasure sex?
Some species do.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like what
are you saying?
I'm just saying because you were saying we've evolved. I'm just saying, like, as humans, yes, we have evolved. That's why our communication, for example, in a relationship, can evolve. You're saying we were saying societal norm and like how we are. You said we're not deer. Like, I completely understand that. But with the way we've evolved, as men, our way of thinking can evolve too. Because girls have been the ones that have been paraded with gifts and everything else down the road. Girls get proposed to, girls get treated as a queen, and guys get treated as go to work, provide for your family, and that's your form of love. As a girl, you could get unconditional love with providing nothing but sex. As a guy, you have to provide a lot more than just sex to receive unconditional love.
That is a very bold statement of you. I think not even, like, I don't really know the woman's, like, I don't know timelines in history, but like not even 50 years ago, women were made to stay home. Not 50 years ago. It's definitely further than that. Oh my God.
It's fine. No, well, okay. So we'll just
how long ago was
we'll just say 50 years ago, for example, it was still a societal norm for a woman to only be stay at home.
The societal norm
clean,
made by men.
No, made by both. They were also raised by their mothers and fathers to act a certain way.
The mothers were conditioned to believe that by men. You think women wanted to stay home, cook, clean, get abused by their husband when they came home from work, and care for all their kids?
Were they all abused, or was that just like
majority of women, like before the women's movement and everything, definitely were abused? And I could say that with my chest.
But that's just like something that like you could just throw around, and I could say that's like saying the majority of women have been raped. Like,
okay, so taking away the abuse part,
I could say the majority of men jerk off. Like that's not like
that's true.
I could say that, and like you could say it's true because you think it's true, but it might not actually be true. Like I don't have studies on that. So
we could look up statistics.
So you could say women in the 1970s got fucking beat up more, but what?
Okay, I'll say this.
It's different work. It's just different work. I've had girls come on the podcast and say that the dream is to be a stay-at-home.
And they get to choose that. Women never were able to choose that.
So why do they keep choosing it? Why do they keep choosing it?
It's now a choice. Like, I could choose if I want to go to work or get a husband, have kids, and stay home, which is also still working. Taking care of kids, cleaning the house, it's still working.
Yeah, it is. I agree. It's different work, but a lot of girls do say that that's still the dream. So why is there such a stigma around doing it? I don't have a problem with a stay-at-home wife. I'm going to make money one day. I wouldn't have a problem having a stay-at-home wife.
What stigma do you think is around it?
There's such a stigma, like, oh, like stay at home, like the man has to go to work and the mom has to be a stay-at-home. Girls are continuously still now saying that their goal is to do that because it's easy.
So
it's easier than fucking.
It's not easier. Raising a kid alone, it's not easy.
Okay, I'm not saying it's easy, but your husband's going to come home at a certain point. I said it's easier. Is it easier to raise a kid and be at home for 24 hours a day, or is it easier to fucking wake up at the crack of dawn to go provide for your family and go work for 12 hours?
I think comparing the two is just completely invalid because there's no real comparison. It's completely different things. It's completely different
But there is when someone's bringing money home.
He's bringing money home to provide for the family. Like, yeah, he's useful, but who would be taking care of the kids?
Put it this way. Without income, you can't do anything.
I agree. Right. But
so if there's no income, so if there's no income, there is no taking care. There is no food. There is no light. There's nothing. So, okay, this is the point that I'm trying to bring up. I think that guys as a whole especially by nowadays, because feminists and the feminine women's movements have gotten so profound and so strong, get completely underappreciated. I think men as a whole have become way more underappreciated than women have. To us, okay, sex is like glorified. It's like, oh, like you fucked her, like that's crazy. But as a girl, because it's so, I hate to say it, but it's so much easier to find sex and to have sex. There's nothing really special Maybe it's special to you, but there's nothing special through the lens. Yeah, there's nothing special through the lens of a guy that like you see the girl and she's like, "Oh, she pulled me." It's like, "No, I pulled her," because that's just how we think. That's just like that's literally just how we think. So it's like that's why sex is a big deal for us, and we brag to our guy friends like, "Oh yeah, I got with her, I did this." But do girls go and brag about who they pull? No, because they don't want to get looked at a certain way.
Yeah.
Because it's easier. Because it's easier. Do you agree?
I mean, it's easier to pull as a girl, yeah, but that's just because like guys are thirsty.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying like don't be as thirsty. Like don't. Like I disagree with guys that fucking beg for fucking nudes and beg for like I disagree with all those things. Like I don't agree with asking for nudes unless he or she like wants to send them to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I
don't ask for nudes unless she initiates it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I disagree with like certain things, but I'm saying not to be so thirsty and to just like build things for yourself, and the right girl will come in time if you seek it and if you like manifest the right person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you said actually, I think you wrote it to me yesterday. You were like, you said that you disagreed about acting nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like in a sense of, so like, do you like tryhards or like?
I mean, I like people who are upfront about how they feel. I don't want you to suppress how you feel to seem cool or like you don't like me a lot.
I'm just saying don't be over the top.
Yeah, but what do you qualify as over the top? If someone likes me and the way they show it is over the top to you, then that's just how they feel.
But the majority of women don't appreciate that. I've sat down and talked to probably over 40 girls at this point.
Then you're looking for the wrong woman.
So
if she doesn't appreciate something that you do when you like her, then she's not worth your time.
That's fine, but why do most of the girls that I've sat and talked to universally have the same answers to me, saying that they don't appreciate being showered with compliments and the guys acting over the top?
I mean, like, getting compliments 24/7. Like, if I walk up to you and you're like, "You're beautiful," I'll be like, "Oh, thank you." And then the next thing you say is, "You're so gorgeous." I'm gonna be like, "Okay, like, I get it," because at a certain point, it's just like there's more to talk about.
Yeah, it's more than looks.
Yeah, but I don't think that equals nonchalant.
Okay, but do you perceive guys, right, from your experience, that you kind of had to chase for a little bit more than the guys that came so easily to be more attractive? I know the answer to this question. I know for a fact the answer is yes.
But that's also like I internally, like I definitely could work on that. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. But a lot of girls, but 99% of the girls that I've had down here have said the same thing. It's not to be ashamed of.
No, it definitely is. I think it's not something to be
ashamed of. A lot of girls feel the same way, that when someone is kind of more like to be chased, like they perceive in their own minds, and they don't consciously say he's high value. Like it's just it's just like a subconscious thing. It's like, does he want me? I want to figure out if he wants me. That push pull keeps a woman inclined,
and it's not healthy.
But if you yourself can say that you do it, then why are you trying to force men to be like the guys that someone's parents would want them to act like, but that you wouldn't even really be that interested in?
Because I'm not.
Okay,
it's not
prime
healthy.
Example. I'm okay.
I know it's not healthy.
So
like if a guy went for me and I was super into him, he should be worried because I am into him because he's being nonchalant towards me, and that's not healthy.
But you still chase. But no, I'm not saying but you have still chased those kinds of guys in the past, and you don't go for the super over the top nice guys. I know for a fact you don't. You just said it before the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, well, I'm sorry, but you can't. If you're gonna say it, then you would have to also live it.
I've been trying to live it. It's just a very hard lifestyle.
So if you're trying to live it and you're saying it's a hard lifestyle that you don't follow, then you can't tell guys to act a certain way when you wouldn't fuck them if they act that way.
I'm telling them how to find someone that they will actually have a long-term relationship with, and find something that will actually last. I could recognize that it's wrong, and I think that's why I'm a good person to talk about on it.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you being honest because I respect it. A lot of girls will lie. Like, I appreciate you being honest about it.
It's just like, I know that the guys that I've chased because they have made me chase them, obviously they're not here now. Like,
it hasn't worked out, but
And it never will. Those kind of relationships never will. It's like, it's an attachment style, like anxious, avoidant. It's a whole thing. I have like an anxious attachment style. So if someone acts like they don't really want me, I'm going to go for them more.
Boom.
And that's not good.
So why?
It is not something you want to try to achieve. You do not want to try and make a girl chase you. Like, that's just one. I think that's.
But
like,
if you've made it, but if you've made a girl chase you, they're gonna value you more.
No,
it's absolutely true.
No.
And when they value you more, I feel like if you do turn into a relationship, it'll last way longer because there's still some excitement in the relationship.
I think you're mistaking excitement for like toxicity.
But women love toxicity.
That doesn't mean it's good. That does not mean it.
But if
I love toxicity because I have issues. Like, it's not a good thing.
So
you're preaching people to be toxic.
So too bad. So universally, a lot of girls have the same exact issue. And from my own personal experience, what works for me works for 99.9% of other guys. Why do I have my inbox on TikTok flooded with DMs of guys that have finally been successful with the girl that they wanted?
Because you're teaching guys how to prey on a girl's weakness.
And if it were, and okay, so she's saying that her weakness is her anxious attachment style. Yeah. Okay, but would you rather me sit here and say, hey guys, this is how you're gonna get loved by everyone, but this is how you're going to get loved by everyone, but not actually liked by anyone. So you want to be the best guy ever. You want to bring her roses and open her door and kiss her forehead and fucking be a simp and be a bitch. Or
that's not being a bitch.
Or I could just sit here and say, if you want her to be into you, this is what you do, and it works, then who is really more morally wrong at the end of the day? The person who's sitting here, and telling someone to act a certain way when I don't act that certain way, and when it doesn't work for 99.9% of the guys that try to act that certain way, or me telling you this is what you do if you want to potentially get with this person and it works. Who's really wrong?
Okay, if you just want to get with someone, act like that, and you'll never like get anything more. But if you actually want a relationship with someone and something meaningful, then you can't act like that.
Have you had like any long-term relationships?
I mean, I wouldn't classify them as relationships because I go for emotionally unavailable men. Because I am emotionally unavailable. I think self-reflection is a big part of this.
Okay. No, keep going. Keep going.
I just think like you're talking about how you won't preach to a guy to be a gentleman. Literally, you won't say
I'm a gentleman.
You
do you disagree with that? Because you know what's funny? I've had like girls. I've had girls call me like misogynist and stuff like that, and they don't even know what it means. So it's like I don't like you like we could throw that word around, whatever, misogynist, like douchebag, like people could throw that word around, but if you don't truly know like what a misogynist is, then I disagree with people using the word.
I don't think you're misogynistic.
I appreciate that because misogynists hate women.
Yeah.
If I hated women, why wouldn't I just be with a man?
I mean, no. There's definitely men who hate women who are still with women.
If I hate a woman,
and that's why they get abused.
If I hated a woman, why wouldn't I just be with a man?
I don't know. Ask a lot of men that.
That's what I'm saying.
Ask a lot of men that.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that you're preaching. Maybe you're just clearing the playing field. I don't know. You're preaching to be toxic and everything so that you get all the girls.
What? What?
He's setting you guys up for failure.
I'm setting you guys up for success if you're actually trying to get with someone.
Okay, getting with someone, yeah. Being in a relationship with someone, no.
How have I landed relationships?
I have no clue.
Oh, really? You have no clue.
You're preying on their weakness.
I'm not preying on anybody's weakness. I'm preying on my own success. That's all I'm preying on.
That was so cheesy.
I just know what works. And
what works is, okay. A guy can come up to me and I don't even know where I was going to go with that.
So if a guy behaved in the way that I said to act upon my podcast, you would probably call him an asshole, but still fuck him.
No.
Say yes. Say yes, because you know it's true.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
New improved me, no.
New improved you. See? Look at this.
Okay. No. Not the way.
we got the caps going around over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cap. I'm sorry. It's just truly how I feel. Go ahead. Finish your point.
No, I agree. But it's just But I literally have admitted I have issues. You do not want to be with someone like me, like long term. I mean, no, like I'm available, but like, but like I think I don't know. Obviously, you're gonna go for someone that you find attractive, and I find guys who are mean to me attractive. Meaning, I have issues.
So if I tell someone, because I haven't told anyone to be mean. I said there's a difference.
Okay, well, I'm not saying you said that.
I've said in my videos, there's a difference between nice guy and simp. Be a nice guy that respects yourself, but don't be a simp, because there's a difference. There's totally a difference between a nice guy and a simp.
Yeah, there's a difference, but...
And there's a respect level that comes with that too. Like a girl will respect you more if you respect yourself.
Well, I think that's with anyone. You should respect yourself, and then other people's respect will come.
Yeah. And like, for example, like, I don't know, like I would imagine you would seek ambition in a partner. Like, yeah, it's just an attractive thing. Like there's certain things that I tell guys to do that will make you feel more ambitious, and then you will look more ambitious, like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like that's the first step. Like that's the easiest thing you could do in a day, that you look better, you feel better, you behave more confidently. And it's like you actually take yourself seriously. Like not like as much as the fucking class clown likes to make everyone laugh, it's not cool getting laughed at all the time. It's just not.
I think quiet guys are more hot than the loudest one in the room.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Why are you looking at me?
Is this true?
Yeah. Because like if you're loud 24/7, it just
her friends behind the camera saying that this isn't true, and I have a feeling I know why. But
oh my god. Okay, but like I get the egg now, looking back, because fuck, bro, like fuck.
She didn't want to come on here to get eaten alive. No, I'm gonna cut a lot of stuff out. I just thought it was funny.
No, it's fine.
Look at Dario.
Like, are we talking about like nerdy, like
yeah, like do you like nerds?
No, like oh my god, like I saw this TikTok.
Would you date a nerdy, short, fat dude with a small dick?
But a lot of money.
But a lot of money.
No.
What about a long wiener, light skinned, rich man with a mansion that treats you shitty? Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I
keep lying to them.
I'm not lying. I also think like dick size, like we could talk about that.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
3 inches take it.
But like but like not in the way guys think. Like if you're huge, I don't know. It's like there's a thing as too much.
Is there a cutoff?
I mean, like if it's in front of me, no. Like if it's out, like I'm not gonna be like, oh no.
Oh no, it's too much.
But like ideally, yeah.
So what would be like your cutoff?
7.5 is pushing it. 7. Seven's a good size. That's big. 7's big.
7 is very big.
7's big.
I'll be honest, the majority of guys, and like just from me, like talking to my guy friends, don't even have 7.
Yeah, so 7's big. Like that's
big.
A cutoff. Like
7 is in the high percent. And actually, if you're Ecuadorian,
that's the average in Ecuador.
Really?
The average.
Oh my god.
The average Ecuadorian has 7.
That's crazy.
Genetically,
that's
blessed.
A lot. Like 5.5 is good.
5.5. Most guys have 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Does
and like
girth
the cervix
matter?
Yeah.
Like.
I feel like this is good.
No dagger dick.
Like that's.
Hold it up to the camera so I can see.
Like that's.
Let me see. I can't see. That's
even this. Like
that's kind of average too. So average kind of like I guess is what matters, but
I also just think it depends on the girl. Like some girls like big. I don't know.
That's true too. But isn't there a thing? I don't even know if this is true, but isn't there a thing that you could only like feel 5 inches? Is that true?
I could like feel when it's hitting. Is it like the cervix? I could feel when it's hitting the back of my uterus.
And then
canal.
Pleasure just stops at that point.
Yeah, because it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. And even like 6.5 hurts a little.
And listen, man.
If you go too deep.
If your hands are bigger than your little guy, then you gotta learn how to work with that also. You could.
Yeah, it's
you could
just
use
about
that to
the
your
flow.
advantage. True.
What's the
I'm
saying?
not a girl,
Emotion.
so I don't want to like act like I know exactly what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and do it, but that's why I'm talking to you about it. Okay, I have another question. Is the clitoris even real? Since no man can ever find it.
What the fuck?
Is it just this? Is it an imaginary thing, or is it really a real
No.
thing?
It's
not
no.
real?
I honestly don't know how guys have such hard times finding it. It's like pretty obvious. Look up a diagram of a vagina and it'll be there.
So it is.
Oh my
So it is real.
Go like I don't even know. Like
Just find it.
just find it. Yeah. You men watch so much porn. Like how
Would
do
you break up
how
with
do you not
someone if they
know?
couldn't find it?
I would teach them. If we're in a relationship. I mean, I don't know how the fuck you
I
can't
would
find
teach
it.
them.
I don't know how you can't find it.
Are you
Like
more?
is it a genuine struggle?
Not for me. Are you more inclined to stay with the guy that keeps you sexually pleasured throughout the course of your relationship?
I've never been, so no. I have no
Never
clue.
been what?
Sexually pleasured.
Ever
Like I've had sex and everything, but no man.
can made you finish?
Yeah, no man.
Wow. That's
And that's like majority of
that's
the
common
girls.
amongst girls though.
Yeah, that's like
Most
majority.
but it's also because a female orgasm is just unnecessary. I hate to say it. It's just
Are you
is.
you're
Bi-
dead ass?
Biologically, it's unnecessary. To please your partner, it might be important, but biologically, I just need to finish
Okay.
to make a kid.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Are you dead ass?
I'm so dead
Okay,
ass.
but sex
Am I wrong?
We
You
just
need sperm and an
discussed-
egg. Do you need to finish to have an egg? No.
No, but it's
But
pretty it's
a guy-
courteous.
No,
Girls
it-
should finish first.
No, it. So, I have people behind the camera saying no. Wait, so would you?
You guys think no?
So wait, so like, would you rather?
You're wild.
So would you rather like a guy go down on you first?
Yeah.
No, don't do
Yes.
that. Don't
That's
do
how that's foreplay. That is foreplay.
I would do it if once a girl goes down first. No, I wouldn't do it first. It's just too like.
Why would you not do it first?
It's just too fucking submissive as a guy to do it.
Beta
Especially
male.
first.
Oh no.
Sorry,
Oh, no.
sorry. I guess I do feel that way. I think it's too submissive to just start doing it first.
I think it's
Because I'll be honest,
dominating.
there is not a single guy that actually like enjoys doing it.
That is not true.
You're wrong. Like, I don't know. Like fucking I'm telling you, most guys just do not enjoy it. And the only reason a guy might enjoy it is for your pleasure, because they want to feel like I made her finish. But like, even if they didn't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Did they?
like even if it wasn't enjoyable, like they're just doing it to like try to please you.
As
the
they
partner.
should.
So you like the simpy men, or would you rather a guy be like,
I like
you're gonna do this,
I like
and this?
courteous men. Yeah. He's like lay down
So you appreciate that.
and enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is
no,
pleasure
there
in
is.
pleasuring someone else. And if you're a guy
Someone that
and
you
you're not
care
going
about.
down on a girl, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Cut the clip. Cut the clip. Cut the clip. Cut the clip. Yeah,
you
but like,
you can't like expect a girl to want to come back if you don't go down on her. And I stay strong with that one.
well, what if it tastes like nickels and pennies and quarters?
I mean, do you want it
and
to
dimes
taste like
and
pastries?
Lincolns.
Do you want it to taste like pastries? Like, what do you want it to taste like?
Not a George Jefferson.
Not an organ. It's an organ. Is it supposed to
guess
taste like
not.
vanilla?
I guess not. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's just
Do you think your cum tastes good?
probably not.
And do you
I
hear
mean,
your
I-
girl complaining?
I eat healthy.
It
so-
probably doesn't taste like anything then.
I don't eat garbage food. I've never had any complaints, but you know, I'm also a prude, so you know, I've done
Yeah.
nothing. I've done nothing, so I wouldn't know.
He's a beta.
I'm a beta cuck. This whole podcast is a lie. I don't know anything about anything. I've been lying to y'all the entire time. That's why we switched the name to everything LDP, because I'm no longer even high value. I
Oh my god, I didn't even realize
I
the
can't
name
even.
switch.
I can't even fake it. Like I can't even put high value up there because it's just apparently it's not true.
And there's also like, if you call yourself high value, I got news, bro.
It's for the podcast. It's not like I don't walk around like I'm high value LDK. like no, like I
Okay,
I
but
get trolled about it sometimes.
Your
like,
viewers definitely do.
Oh my God. Well, in Monmouth, I'll just say I live in Freehold, New Jersey. In Monmouth County, I could barely go to Wawa anymore. I get noticed by everybody. Yeah. They're like, are you the guy that makes the How to Make Bitches content? I'm like, yeah. Can I get a picture?
Aw, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So it's like, okay, that's another thing. I respect myself enough to have started a podcast, which is a weirder thing to do than what most guys would.
I like podcasts.
Okay, but it's different than what most guys would do. And fucking, I was willing to take the hit of girls saying, oh, I'm not going to fuck with him anymore because of a podcast. Because guess what? In 5 years, when this is up off the ground, how it already is, and it's making me plenty of money, you're going to wish. And then it's going to be too late. So, sorry, kick rocks, eat shit. I don't know what to say.
Oh, damn.
I'm being serious.
You
like,
weeded out the bad
a
ones.
lot of people, you're right, actually. Like a lot of people would fucking, I don't know, a lot of people wouldn't have started like a podcast like this because they were too scared of like the judgment from other people. You think I haven't fucking heard from people that go to the school that you guys still go to, like talking shit like about what I've been doing? 100%. Yeah. Or about me even like switching what I did, like guaranteed. I don't care. I can push this content because I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I was just saying this to a bunch of girls and a bunch of guys like out in public, then it would just be weird. I'm saying it on a fucking hopefully global scale because that's where I want this to be. So my goal is to be with Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, Steph is Cold. Like all these collabs are going to come in time. This is just a start.
Manifest it, bro.
There's not a lot of 17-year-olds doing it.
Podcasting is also fun. I think
it's
a more
like,
organic...
is it not chill just like to sit here and have a conversation?
Yeah, and I enjoy watching podcasts.
Because like you don't see it, but beyond that camera, there could potentially be millions of people literally just watching us talk.
Yeah,
it's
I like how
crazy
organic podcasts are.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was gonna start a social media of some sort, but I felt like podcast was more like not easier, but like more along the lines of like what I would have enjoyed. Because like I like picking at people's brains.
And podcasts will always be there.
I want to know what's going on up there.
Yeah, podcasts will always be there.
Everyone wants to like tune into a conversation and hear like how people feel. So from your experience, have the Platonic Friends had any success or no?
No. And I think that's rooted in men not seeing women as like genuine humans. They see them as sexual beings.
Okay, well, to a point, but I don't think that's why Platonic Friends can't get out of the friend zone because the Platonic friend obviously saw you as a human. I mean, and they started with the okayness of just being your friend because they were hoping that potentially down the road they could have gone beyond something. That's why as guys, we get so insecure when girls say, I hang out with guys because it's just less drama. It's just more meat. It's literally just more dudes wanting to take you down that are just waiting. They're just waiting for their turn. So and their turn probably never will come.
They're not actually ever your friends then.
Well, no, they can actually grow to like really just be a good friend. But that feeling, I can guarantee you this, and I've said this to every girl that's came on here. All these guy friends that you have around that you think want nothing to do with you. Oh, he's like a brother to me. If you called him and you were like, come over, I'm horny, they would be fucking running there.
Yeah, and that's disgusting.
Well, I'm just saying that's what would happen because guys, like we have a need to reproduce. It's ingrained in us. It's not that we see girls as only just sexual beings. It's instilled in us. That's how we. It's
instilled that you see us as sexual.
Well,
beings.
no, it's biology. We want to reproduce. So yeah, you see us sexually too.
Yeah, but I could be just friends with the male. I have the emotional like capability.
I believe you do.
Of just being friends with a male.
Okay, I believe you, and I believe that. But unfortunately, I guess on behalf of the guys, I know how guys are.
Yeah, I agree. Like no guys will just be a girl's friend.
Just for nothing. Just like randomly, like you walk up to...
Because they don't see us as humans.
No, but I do see you as potentially a human that I want to reproduce with.
Exactly.
Is that a problem?
So I'm just a sexual being. Like obviously, I'm a human. Obviously, yeah. Like... Don't take that as like for surface level, but you would not see me as someone that you just want to get to know personally and not do anything else with.
But if I was gay, then maybe I would. Like, what do you expect? We're of the opposite sex. Of course, it's going to be that way. With you and your friend behind the camera, you guys are not friends because you want something potentially like down the road. You know, like it's true friendship because you're of the same gender.
Okay, Why do
you think guys get so close with the boys and girls get so close with the girls? I guess you could get really close with a platonic friend, but when platonic friends are so close, there's a level of love there as friends that could turn lovey-dovey, sexual at any point. At any point, especially if you're fucking confident in your sexuality. It could turn in a second. You could go from best friend of 4 years to in the walls. So like that could happen.
I agree if you never just saw them as a friend. Because personally for me, if I just meet a guy and I'm like, okay, like he's my friend, that will never change. That will literally never change.
Because that's how you think. Like you'll meet a guy and be like, oh, like me and him are just friends.
Yeah. Or like I'll be like, oh, he's cute. And then I'll get to know him and I'll be like, okay, like he'll be a good friend. I don't want anything with him.
It just bothers me that like when I'll be in a relationship or I'll be talking to somebody, like if a girl's like, oh, like who is this? Because like I'll introduce like say my girlfriend like wants me to introduce her to like some of my girls that I like associates with, you could say, like at my school. I'll be like, this is so and so, this is so and so, and they'll be like, who is that? I'll be like, oh, like they're just mutuals, like just I'm kind of friendly with them. They're not like my friends that I'm gonna go hang out with because I don't want to make my girl feel insecure. That's not my goal.
I think that's respectful.
I would like for her to feel solid in me behaving how I would, because I'm not gonna go out of my way to start hanging out with other girls just as friends to make my fucking girlfriend feel insecure.
The friend zone is not a thing. Like if I'm gonna be friends with a guy, I'm just gonna be friends with him. There's no zone that you're in that you could potentially get out of. And if you go into a friendship with a woman thinking, oh, like one day I'm gonna get her, you're already going into it wrong. And that's not even a friendship at that point. And when I found out that a person liked me more than just a friend and he had felt that way for a while, I felt like used in a way. Like I felt like the friendship wasn't real because I was looking at it a completely different way. He was looking at it for more. And I just thought I had a good friend. But
he wasn't potentially necessarily looking at it for more. He might have just been looking at it as being like I want to get to know her, like I want to like see what she's about, like I want to get to know her as a friend, and then if she's a good friend to me and she's a good person and we align like that, then maybe I'm going to ask her for something more.
I think that's what the talking stage is for, not friendship.
So don't become a platonic friend at all.
Exactly.
So don't even be a platonic friend with a girl that you're trying to get with to avoid the friend zone. And I say that shit all the time because the friend zone is really for a guy. Not so much for a girl. It's not so much for a girl. What do you mean? Like, girls don't really end up in the friend zone because most girls don't try so hard to become friends with a guy to try to push the needle to get somewhere further because they probably have other options that they could pick from regardless. So as a guy, when you don't have a lot of options, you will put yourself in the friend zone with the hope and the willingness to say, I'll be in the friend zone for as long as it takes to try to get her. But that's a bad way of thinking.
I was just going to say, do you not see like what's wrong with that?
Everything's wrong with that. That's why you shouldn't fucking do it. The friend zone is for the weak-minded. Like if you don't think that she's really into you for you on a sexual level, don't even fuck around and waste your and her time.
Yeah, because you're wasting both of yours time. Like it's dumb.
It is
the friend zone doesn't exist.
It's just like it's like longer pain. Like literally, you have feelings for someone that just sees you as a friend. Yeah. You have feelings for someone that just sees you as a friend.
You're torturing yourself.
It's like that's. I hate to say it's embarrassing, but it's embarrassing. Like you should not be doing that to yourself. It's degrading. It's literally just degrading to yourself and to your own life. Like
if you have feelings for someone, be upfront about it. Don't hold quiet and like try and make them like you.
Yeah, like no.
It's just a waste of your time.
No, that's why like in the beginning, like you want to make sure like they like you like that. Like if she's like, oh, like I like you so much, like as a friend, and like you're just the best friend ever. Like she's obviously trying to make it obvious that you are a friend. Like don't keep trying. Like it's over. Unless you really want to be her friend, then you could go fucking be her friend. But if you really want something sexual, then don't behave in that manner. Like don't do that. Don't get in the friend zone in the first place. That's the easiest way to get out of it. Don't go in it in the first place as a guy. Yeah.
Don't try and be friends with someone you don't want to just be friends with.
Exactly. And it's easy to avoid. Like, even if it's just like a group thing, like a bunch of guys hanging out with a bunch of girls, like if there's a certain girl that you like in that group, be like, hit her up. Yo, we should go grab coffee sometime, just me and you. Like, see if she's interested. Because I remember, like, I was hanging out with a girl over the summer and she was like, she would be coming over. This was like for 2 weeks, but she would always be like, is it cool if I bring like like some other friends, and I was like,
she was not into you.
I was like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And then she was like, but come to figure out months later, she's like, yeah, I wasn't over my ex, and like that's why. But like, I still want to hang out, and like I still want to see you. Like, sorry, can't.
Yeah.
I can't. You like, I'm sorry. That's what I mean by high value. You lost your opportunity. I'm with someone else now that I'm more happy with.
And
Sorry.
that's more respectful.
That's what I mean by
that's
it.
happened to me before, where like I'll reject a guy, and then like months later, I'm like, damn, like I should have went for it.
But out of respect, I stopped it after the third time, because why would I allow myself to become fucking friends with this girl that just sees me as literally just a friend and maybe a house to come hang out in and fucking like, you know, like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
you didn't want that out of the
disrespectful.
relationship, so why are you going to continue to put yourself
Yeah, it's disrespectful, so I'm just not going to fuck with that. But I feel like we touched on a lot of good stuff. Do you feel like you got everything off your chest? If there's more.
Possibly. I mean, it'll definitely come to me.
I feel like we finally found a middle ground.
Yeah, finally.
Julianna,
after years.
We've been arguing for a while about a lot of things. Politics too. But
yeah.
Maybe we'll have a separate podcast for that in itself.
We should do like feminism. Like, are you a feminist?
I love women.
Okay. The straight face.
We could do a podcast about that. We could do a podcast about whatever you like. You're a woman. You know, I would like to make you happy on this podcast. So if we figure something out, we figure something out.
If it were politics, I would definitely want to like.
You think you'd rip into me a little bit?
Yeah, but I would want to know like the exact topics beforehand, so we could like pull up actual shit.
If you guys want to be interested in that, we could do a political episode coming up with Julianna, since she fucking chewed my ear off for 2 years. We could definitely get that figured out. So thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to like, share, follow, subscribe for more content. Thank you for being here. You'll hopefully be back soon.
Hopefully.
And we'll see you for the next episode.